Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Hey, what's up, folks? James and Cuervo from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining us. And we are up here in the beautiful Organ Mountains of New Mexico, a favorite spot for us to camp. And we're going to be staying here overnight. Recently caught a couple of trout that we're going to be roasting up. So this is going to be a very relaxing overnighter, not much of a challenge or anything like that. We just needed to get some fresh air. It's been a stressful last couple of weeks. So you know the deal. Good food, cold drinks, and Cuervo brought his guitar. So thank you for joining us. Let's get started. There we go, my little flex tail pillow, and this thing is a game changer when it comes to inflating things or deflating things. So, this is going to be my home for the night. This pop-up tent, if you watched our Arizona thrift store camping challenge, this is what we got that we found at the thrift store for our shelter, and I really wanted to keep it because it pops up automatically and it's put away very quickly. So it saves you a lot of time if you're going to be doing some fair weather camping. Outside of the occasional gust of wind today, we're not expecting any rain, any sandstorms, anything like that. So pleasant weather. So I'm just going to be sleeping out here like that. And then, of course, Cuervo has his Camp Pros 3-person tent. We've been using this for 2 months. We do have a review on it as well if you want to check it out. Great tent, very spacious. Outside of the door, it could get a little bit annoying. But other than that, we're good to go. And I think we're overdue for a beer. All right. Cheers it up, brother. Cheers, everyone. That's the stuff. So sunset is just around the corner. We're getting the fire nice and hot. Not that we need any heat. It's pretty warm today, but we do want a warm bed of coals because we're going to be cooking up some trout. So this video is brought to you by Patreon viewer Nicholas. Every once in a while, a Patreon gets to choose what we do for an overnighter adventure. Nicholas was very simplistic. He wanted me to do a catch and cook, catch some fish, and then go out and film an overnighter. So that's what we're doing today. So a couple of weeks ago, I did reel in about 5 trout. And that's what we brought to eat, and we're going to be cooking them up caveman style. So earlier today, Cuervo and I did gather a couple of these yucca stalks, and now we're just going to thin them out so we can put a trout on them. And And the blade I'm using today, by the way, is the Nick Skinner Bowie knife. Big shout out to viewer David Tom, who sent this to me. This is his blade for me to test out and review, and then I ship it back out to him. An absolute beauty. Probably not the best choice when it comes to whittling, but it gets the job done just fine. So in the meantime, while we thin these out, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a montage of me catching those trout. So enjoy. So even though we shaved off the base of this yucca stalk, what I've realized is sometimes nature just does the work for you. Let it happen. So even though it's fun to play with knives and whittle and stuff like that, when it comes to these yucca stalks, the very tips are going to work exceptionally well for this. So you place the trout here, and all these little roots that spring out for the stalks that I broke off earlier, they kind of help spread the fish out just a little bit more. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to place them on here. We already have 2 of them on here. And they're still a little cold. We've had them on ice. But once they start warming up and the little oils, you see the little oils already, they're starting to start cooking. That's when I'm going to add some spices to them to give them a little bit of flavor. So put a rock back here. And there we go. We're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry to eat. So they can take their time. So it's been about an hour. We haven't been hungry, so we've just been relaxing, having a beer. And so our fish are pretty much ready to go. Right now, what we need to do is boil some water because we are going to have some mashed potatoes with our trout. So in between those 2 logs, we got a little grill going. And that's enough. Just place this here for a couple of minutes. And right in between these 2 logs, those flames are just rising up, and that's going to get that water boiling quickly. In the meantime, it's keeping our fish nice and warm. Okay, so we got the water boiling. Let's get this guy out of here. All right, time to make our mashed potatoes. Okay, and here we have our spice kit. We're gonna add some seasoned salt to it and some pepper. Then mix that right up. All right, time to go get our fish. So we warmed up these fish for just like a minute, just over the flames, just so they can warm up again. And now it's time to go eat them. So here are our fish, nice and crispy, possibly slightly overcooked. But there we go. And of course, they could use a little bit of some spices in between. Yeah, you can put the spices while it cooks, but we just wanted to go a little bit more caveman style. But now that it's time to eat, of course, a little bit of pepper. All right. Time to make our plates.
Smells good.
There we go. And then I'm gonna take one of these fish over here, and it's chow time. I'm gonna take a little taste test on this fish. Check that out. The meat outside, the skin did become a little bit leathery, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Cheers.
So we just finished our dinner. Here are our little fish bones, like in the old cartoons with cats. And that's about it for us for dinner time. Now it's time to just unwind and enjoy our Coors banquets. Coors, sponsor us, please. Well, folks, it's already past midnight. Cuervo and I finished our beer. We had a good night, having a good time. But that's about it for us. We are tired, so we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And we will see you all tomorrow morning for some breakfast. So we'll see you then.
Let's give it 2 more just for good measure. Just a little lighter. There you go. Okay, like that.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Some pretty good coffee. This is a coffee we picked up in Arizona when we did that thrift store camping challenge. Obviously, we didn't buy the coffee at the thrift store. We bought it in Phoenix. What's it called? Noble Ground?
Yeah.
Noble Ground coffee. Some pretty good stuff. Sadly, we're almost out of it, so they don't sell it in Texas or New Mexico, so we may have to improvise an Arizona trip to pick up some more.
I think I'd want to pick up the dark next time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll pick up a couple of different flavors because it's pretty good. How'd you sleep?
With my eyes closed.
Nice, good to know.
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I woke up early. I was woken up by a centipede. So the entire time that Cuervo and I have camped together, he always wakes up before I do. He's an early bird. This time, though, it was around 6 in the morning when I felt something tickling my wrist, and I thought it was like an ant or something, and I look, and it's a damn centipede. It wasn't a gigantic one, but it was like 4 inches. So big enough to, give you some pain in case it decided to do so. And so I freak out. Centipedes are the only animal that kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. And so I freak out, and then he freaks out, and he scuttles under one of my sleeping pads. So now I'm moving all the sleeping bag and the pillow to get him out of there. And then he scuttles now towards my haversack, and he goes into my damn haversack.
Damn.
And he won't come out. And so now I got to open the haversack and one by one take out everything from there. And he still wouldn't come out. So at the end, he was the only thing in there. So I grabbed the haversack and walked away 30 feet away from our sleeping spot, and I knocked him out of the damn bag. Once, all that happened, I was jolted awake, and I was like, well, time to get the day going. So, yeah, first time ever that I beat Cuervo to waking up in the morning. But
it's the first and last time.
Yeah, that whole cowboy camping, with an open little canopy, I think it's a better thing to do during autumn and winter when the bugs are away. Yeah, because now that summer approaches, all the creepy crawlies are gonna get out, and yeah, just to play it safe. So, yeah, I'll probably put that pop-up tent away until maybe October, November. But yeah, that's one way to wake up in the morning.
That's cool.
So we just had our coffee. Now it's time for some breakfast. So we did bring some Spam. We're not usual Spam eaters, but I just wanted to switch things up. So we did bring some eggs and some Spam that we're going to be frying up over the gas stove. So let's open this up. Well, it looks far more appealing once you fry it. But anyway, let's get this thing out. Come on, buddy. And we're going to just be slicing it with this Bowie knife right here. I messed that one up. Smells pretty good.
Yeah. It doesn't need any seasoning.
And I'm glad I didn't put any because it's very salty. Well, everyone, that is about it for us. We are all packed on up and ready to go, make our way back home. So once again, this was a very relaxing overnighter, just something to unwind and de-stress. Next week, I do have something of a little bit more of a challenging overnighter to film, so fingers crossed that all goes according to plan. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, suggestions. And we'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.